We say Raila Amolo Odinga is a traitor, we mean it. We've seen it, we've observed it. When we say that Raila Amolo Odinga betrayed Kenyans by joining William Ruto, we saw it. We analyzed the situation and realized that here, for heaven's sake, even if we were supposed to join government, this was not the way it was supposed to happen. Why am I saying so? During the protests, there are so many things that happen in this country. Things that even happened during Raila Amolo Odinga's demonstrations, and things that really he condemned with the strongest terms possible. Let me start afresh here. You guys might not understand this. When Raila Amolo Odinga used to hold demonstrations, or even called for demonstrations, youths got killed, including Kisumu, where I painfully remember a situation where guys were attacked in their home, beaten, and then later on some of them died. I think a mother buried 3 or 2 sons and left with others that were injured. These things happened. Not that was not the first time. I'm just talking about the reason for 2022, Raila Amolo Odinga that we called the 2022-2023 protests. We had Kenyans dying in Raila Amolo Odinga's protests across. Raila Amolo Odinga himself, he said that his life was in danger at some point because his vehicle was targeted by bullets. We even saw a police officer who went direct and hit a window of a car that was carrying some of the media people for Raila Amolo Odinga, and then directed a tear gas inside that car. And this was one of the things that Kenyans also condemned strongly. Raila Amolo Odinga did not keep quiet about this. Everyone talked about it. We as a country, youths in this country, talked about it, and we told the government that this is unacceptable. Now, the youths came and held demonstrations in the country. The same deaths occurred. Killings still occurred. Youths were killed. Now it was merciless because shooting direct in the heads of Kenyan youths was merciless. That's a word I can use. It was cruel. So when all these things happen, things that are much more worse than what you experienced as Raila Amolo Odinga, then go ahead to go and work with the same government that is doing so in the name of saving them. Where does that leave the justice of those of those victims of such kind of heinous acts? Where does it leave these people? How do we handle that? How do Kenya deal with that? Because it cannot be like whenever there are demonstrations, killings occur, then people benefit. It is not fair at all. It is not fair. Raila came out and said that those youths are going to be compensated. Do you even hear any activity in relation to compensation of those youths? Nothing. I wish he could have started the ones from Kisumu. Then the boy from Aseno was shot. Then moved towards 2023, now 2024. And then have these people compensated. But now, instead, he decided to join government, get funded to go to the AU, supported by William Ruto, while Kenyans who were standing by his side are suffering. And there's no looking back, like, when we even visit one and hear things in their family. Not even a single day. Then when we speak about this, we are taken like we hate. This is not personal. This is simply a situation where we speak the truth. Because you can be abducted, at least the truth remains there. When we proceed and ask for accountability, you join government and nothing happens. Yet you are also asking for accountability before. Raila asked for Eurobond to be investigated and things put clear to Kenyans. After joining Uhuru Kenyatta, the Eurobond was nothing. Yet it is hundreds of billions of money that were lost. It cannot be business as usual with that kind of an attitude. Now on the Christmas day, Raila Amolo Odinga came out and gave a speech. Probably it was in church. And he was saying it's unacceptable that abductions are occurring in this country. Is this the first time you're having abductions occurring here in Kenya? That is what we talk about betrayal. When you joined government, still we had abductions. Jagi brothers were abducted. Bob Njagi was abducted, and many other guys were abducted. People are being abducted daily while he's in government with Ruto. Then he goes to speak it in church. Why don't you just go out to your brother in State House and tell him this is unacceptable? We only see actions. The boys are released. That time that they were caught incommunicado, they are compensated. And if you have a press statement from the president that this will never happen again in this country, but instead you speak in church and those boys are missing. Yet, these are some of the people who voted for you in 2022. These are people who are continuing the spirit that you abandoned of proper governance in this country. Now speak in church, give a speech, impress people, while Kenyans are still abducted. They have always been abducted. Why didn't you sit down and find a final solution to that? I mean, not even a final solution, stop it completely. Because there's nobody who has been abducted on any crime that deserves an abduction. No one, so far. Denzel Omondi was abducted for simply having a clip while in a place called Parliament, and this gentleman disappeared, finally found floating on water, and he died dead as that. As easy as that. These things happened during demonstrations. We had Kenyans complaining about them. Raila Amolo Odinga has seen them himself. Now you are giving a speech on abductions as if William Ruto is in Singapore when you are in Kenya. See your brother, tell him, my brother, stop abducting Kenyans. Stop these abductions in this country. Stop this and that. Let this country run democratically the way it is. Remind him that these things used to happen during Moi's time, and we can't allow in this era for them to progress. Like, we cannot have a scenario where young men and women who never knew even Moi are now going through the same situation. Call your brother Uhuru Kenyatta. Because when you meet in such meetings like Ishaweri and other places, what do you share about Kenyans if you can't talk about abductions in this country? President Uhuru Kenyatta. President Uhuru Kenyatta. What do you share with William Ruto when you meet in private if it is not about abductions and the democracy that we enjoy as a country? Just positions and forget about the Kenyans who even ensure that those positions now are there? It's high time we have sincere leaders in power. And personally, I feel it is not fair that Kenyans are abducted and leaders are just enjoying themselves in the Christmas holidays, simply because they want to stop Kenyans from speaking. Let me see in the comment section, guys, what you think about these abductions.